Well, hello everybody. It is our Monday launch video as we move on through the book of Proverbs. Today is June 27th, so that's Proverbs 27. Proverbs 27 has a pretty popular, well-known saying, proverb in it, and it is found in verse 17, and I think this is a good one to kind of launch our week with, all right? Proverbs 27:17 says, iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. So, I'll be completely honest. I don't know if this happens very often. We usually just quit on people, and we don't have the courage to kind of share our observations with one another. We're really not as invested in relationships as we should be or could be, and that's a challenging verse. It sounds like on the surface you think, oh yeah, we should be able to do that. But in reality, I mean, how does that really play out? And so this week, 5 days ahead, well, 6 if you count Sunday, I guess. But in this week, regardless of how many days are in it, well, there's 7. Well, yeah, 6 counting today. Anyways, the point is, are we really sharpening one another? What does it take to sharpen one another? Has anyone ever sharpened you, and how did you react? Did you get defensive? Now, obviously, marriage and family are the places that we have the most interaction and most potential of conflict, but also the most potential to sharpen one another. Friends, boy, do we really hang with each other that long? Or do we just kind of try to avoid those conversations? This is an effort to keep the peace. So, an effort to keep the peace sounds good, and there's certainly something to be said for living in peace with one another. But in our effort to keep the peace, do we oftentimes not build each other's character? Again, this is a challenging one. On the surface, it sounds easy, but when you get down to the practicality of it, it's pretty challenging. So I don't know. Maybe you'll be sharpened this week. The bigger challenge is maybe how can you help sharpen somebody else. So sharpening doesn't have to be confrontation either. I guess that's kind of the extreme example of it. But how can we sharpen one another? How can we encourage one another? There's no downside to encouraging each other. So it's more than just correction. So I kind of needed to be corrected on that idea. That sharpening each other is not just correcting one another, but encouraging one another as well. So that's easier. All right. Take care. God bless. Have a great week.